guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Auntie Tay. If you guys are new here, that's who I am, and if not, welcome back. Now, I asked everybody on Facebook if you guys could decide my videos for this year, what would they be? And hands down, the #1 question was Illustrator tutorials, design tutorials, which I love because it's super fun and they're pretty easy for me to film. So if you want more, comment in the not the description, I write the descriptions, you write the comments. Write in the comments what else I could help you learn how to design, because I'm actually a graphic designer, if you didn't know. So I can help you. I got you back, all right? All right, so this is a video that I actually thought of doing without your guys' request, because I didn't know if you guys knew that you could do this, and you can do this. Okay, so we're gonna turn a coloring page into a layered color SVG. What? Yes, we're gonna do it, all right? So bear with me. It seems hard, but once you learn how to do it, it's really easy. And if this just seems like too much, check out my membership, because I've got a lot of these turned into SVGs for you guys, including a ton of Disney personal use stuff and a ton of commercial use stuff if you want to be a business member. Check it out. It's a really cool membership. Like, really cool, all right? If you're a member and you think it's cool, comment so other people know that you think that it's cool. Let's get going. This tutorial better blow you away, because it's really cool. And if you want more design, comment, do it now, all right? And give it a thumbs up and click subscribe if you like this and me and all things. If not, bye, see you later. Let's do this tutorial. I'm gonna show you guys how to turn a picture like this off of Google into a layered SVG with color, so that you guys can cut them out with all the different pieces instead of just cut it out of one color and an outline. So we're gonna take this bad boy into Illustrator, and the first thing I look for when doing something like this is an image that has really crisp lines. Something like this image right here might be hard because it is a little lower. This one's actually not too bad, but sometimes they're a little lower resolution, or they don't have solid black lines. Like this is almost a gray and a white instead of a black and a white. And so what you want to look for is something that has really thick, crisp lines. This one would do really well too. Okay, so let's go over to Illustrator. And we're going to just open a new artboard, and I'm going to drag my flounder onto my artboard. Sorry, I need to know how to name flounder. Okay. Oh, he's a GIF. Hopefully he still works. Yeah, he works. Okay, so we are going to image trace him, except this time, as opposed to some other times in my design videos, I'm going to click this little arrow and I'm going to do sketched art. And what that does is it gives you a really crisp, clean black line, except this way it doesn't allow the white in the background to be available. So we want to make sure, I'm going to close this so I can show you where to find it. Under Window, we have our image trace control panel open, and this will allow us to control everything. So we haven't expanded him yet, so he's still manipulating. He's still in the process of being manipulated. So right here, you'll see that it's clicked to ignore white, and we want to unclick that because we don't want to ignore the white. We want to actually use all of these pieces. Now he looks great. He's perfect. Like if you were to look at these lines up close, they're super smooth. So our Cricut or our Silhouette or whatever machine you're using is going to cut this bad boy nice and smooth. So let's click expand. And what that does is it picks up all the paths, and now we can start playing with them. But right now, if I click on him, I'm clicking everything because he is grouped. Everything is grouped together. But if I were to take him into Design Space right now, because we expanded him, all of these little pieces are going to be their own little individual pieces, and that's not fun. So we want to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be and the color we want it and compounded into the right paths. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's not that hard one to learn. So let's ungroup this, because grouping basically just, so we're gonna go to Object, Ungroup. Grouping basically just keeps all your pieces together, but it means that they're not, it doesn't mean that they're like stuck together. It just means that they're holding it together until you're ready to cut or do something else with it. So I'm gonna just delete this whole background by clicking delete. And we can even take him onto the gray if we'd like. because you can see better, or we can just leave him on the white. And I'm going to pull up a picture of Flounder for reference, just because I have horrible color memory and I will forget what color I'm supposed to be making him. Flounder from Little Mermaid, because sometimes Google will bring up just Flounder. Okay, so I do know his colors, but I just want to be sure what color I'm coloring him. So I'm just going to keep this bad boy open so I can go back and forth and look at him. Okay, so I know that his face is yellow, right? I'm even gonna kind of just keep this here so I can look over here. So I am going to, now that he's ungrouped, I can select any part of him that I want. And what I want to do is find all the pieces that I want to be yellow, which I'm pretty sure is just his body. And I am going to turn him. Now we did trace him, I just realized, in black and white. So what we want to do is I'm going to go back to before we expanded him, and I want to make sure he's in color. So I'm going to click color and ignore white, still open. So we want this to be in color so that we can now use color on him. So now let's expand him. Now let's object ungroup him, and then erase his background. And I'm going to drag over this and erase that as well. Okay, now I'm going to grab his face and I'm going to turn it yellow. And if I want exact color, here's a tippy tip, I can save, where'd we go? Okay, wait, I want Flounder. I can save this image as Flounder, and I can drag him onto my artboard of Illustrator. So let's drag, I even have a bunch of Flounders in here, so I'm just gonna drag him. Look, I even have, oh no, that is the one I just saved. So what I can do is I can click him and I can color swatch him, and I can either color pick. Why can't I get my color picker? Let's see, window, tools needs to be open. I always forget what this bar over here is called because I use it so much and it's always there. Wow, I should really know what it's called. Anyways, if I need it, I'll open it. But so typically you can color pick from an image, but we're just gonna try to get as close as we can by doing this. And of course it doesn't matter because we're gonna be using vinyl for this. So now his eyes are green. And what I want to do is compound 8 that. And what that does is makes a compound path. It'll make more sense when I do the next round. So see how he has 2 different blues in all of these? I'm going to go in and hold shift and collect or select all of the pieces that should be this light blue color, which I'm going to unclick because I think I clicked the wrong one. So I'm going to click this one, hold shift and click this one, and this one, and then these 3. And if I don't want them to stay together and cut, I can do them in little sections as well. So I'm going to Command 8 all of those. And what that does is turns it into its one layer. And now you can see right here, he's gone because I moved him, and he's gone because I moved him. He's just on a white background, so you can't really tell. But what that'll do is keep this in one spot, so when I cut him out of vinyl, it cuts all this. Now, if you want to save on vinyl, you can compound path just these, just his fin, just this fin, and just his hair. I guess he doesn't have hair, he's a fish, but his fin's on top. So that's up to you. So now let's change those to the pretty blue color that they are. And let's get him back where they go. And then I'm gonna collect or select all of these guys right here because I want those to be all the same blue. Is there any other blue on him? Nope. Okay, so I'm going to Command 8 those, and I'm going to turn them a different blue. So I want these ones to be just a little darker, like so. And then I'm going to grab his eyes, and I'm going to make sure those are going to stay white, but I'm going to Command 8 those. And then we need to grab all the black pieces, and actually, since these are going to be layered, No, they'll be fine because there's gonna be a black outline. So now we're going to compound 8 his pupils, or no, his irises, and make those green. And now those are one solid path. And if you want all the details in his mouth, you can do that. He doesn't really, his tongue is a little different on here. So let's compound 8 his tongue, and his little lighter orange, compound 8, and his little darker reddish orange, compound 8. Now these are gonna be 3 different colors of vinyl. And now to grab all the black pieces, because these little guys are gonna be all by themselves. So we don't want that. We wanna grab anywhere on the black pieces. And if I were to move this, you'll see that, nope, I'm on the yellow. Okay, we want black. So it's good to move it actually, because you'll know if you clicked the right spot. So I'm going to collect, why do I keep saying collect? I'm going to select a black piece. And then instead of holding shift and trying to click all these, I'm going to go up to select, same fill color. And apparently it's not the same as all the black. So I want to make sure, because we traced it in color. So what it did was it made these blacks just a little different. So I'm going to also hold shift and grab this black. And now I'm gonna go select same fill color and hope that that's all the same black. And I'm gonna compound it by clicking Command 8. That makes a compound path. Now I'm just gonna move it to make sure we got all the black. And we did not. See how there's that black, that black, that black, and that black, and that black. So I'm gonna undo where I moved it to. And what I'm gonna do now is click on his little eyebrow and click this, and click select same fill color, because when you have 2 different fill colors selected and then you select same fill color, it's gonna select both, anything that has both of those colors. So now I'm gonna Command 8 it, and let's see if we got all the black. No, oh wait, that's just his pupils, that's fine. And no, we did not. So I'm gonna select this guy. I know this might sound confusing, but it'll get easier. Okay, and select same fill color, Command 8. Did I get all the black this time? If you're tracing in black and white, it makes it a little easier. I'm going to hope that all these blacks are the same, and I'm going to Command 8 them the same time. Command or select same fill color. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what I said we were going to avoid doing. I'm going to click shift and shift and shift, and I'm going to compound those by selecting compound or Control or Command 8. Command 8 if you're on a Mac, Control 8 if you are on a PC. Now I'm going to drag them all back to where they go and get them perfect. No, you stay there. So I'm gonna get this guy back to where he goes, and I'm going to now select both blacks and Command 8. Did it work? Let's see. Oh, it didn't. Hold on. Okay, so I need select off of it. I'm gonna select, oh, I see, I'm selecting the pupil. I need this, see how it's different? And this, now Command 8. Wow, you guys got a really big, good example of that. And look at his eyebrow, it's still not there. So when you trace in full color, it will pick up all the different shades and make them into different colors. And now see, it just turned him all gray because it's matching him to that eyebrow. Because when you turn it into one path, it all becomes one color, but we can always change it back to black over here. Okay, let's put his pupils back, or his irises. Irises, not pupils. Okay, so he looks pretty close to this, and again, he's gonna be in vinyl, so it doesn't really matter if he's got the perfect coloring, but of course, you want a good guide. So I selected all of them, and I'm gonna just scale him down to fit on the artboard. And then you can go in and do some word art on him if you want. You can do some other things, you know, put some bubbles behind him, but it's a really cool way to do this. Also, now let's continue to save him, but I want you to group him. So select over all of him, Command G or Control G if you're on a PC, and then we're going to File, Save As, SVG. We're going to save him as Flounder. and save. And I'm just gonna show you real quick like what he looks like when you take him into Designy world of Design Space. So let's upload our image, let's browse, let's find good old Flounder. Now, if you were to bring him in as a JPEG, he would just be one layer. But because we turned him into an SVG, he is going to now be, look how pretty he is. He looks perfect. We are going to now see that he is in a bunch of different layers. So I can actually see in Design Space that his little cut lines are not compounded in certain areas, but we've got our yellow, our blue, and then we've got some interesting little black pieces we missed here. So a good way to see that is to turn them off, and it might help you see where they are. They might just be little teeny tiny slivers too. So you just have to clean them up a lot. If you're doing this with a non-copyrighted coloring page that you colored yourself, then that would be something you'd want to do before you distribute that to anybody. We try to clean ours up really good before we give them to our members for personal use. And remember, this Flounder is personal use only because he is a Disney image, but this makes it super fun to make crafts and all the fun things. All right, love you guys, bye.